Hey, Pretty Girl Club. Welcome back to the Storytime series. This is the most important series on my channel. This is a time where exoticals get to share our stories and we get to talk about our experiences, whether it's about colorism, texturism, featureism, anti blackness, anti mixed race behavior. Because believe it or not, there are people who are racist against mixed race Black people. So if you have any story times about pretty girl problems, jealousy, or anything that you want the world to know about, please email me at exoticalsunited@gmail.com. I think that for years, unambiguous women have had a space on YouTube to tell their stories, and that's fine. They have freedom of speech. But now it's our turn to tell our stories. So this series is going to be very uncomfortable if you don't like exoticals. But this girl says, I was maced in traffic by an angry Black woman. She says, Hi, EU. I debated whether or not to send you this story time for a while, and today I said F it. I'll send it to you. I wish to remain anonymous. On 12/17/2021, during the evening rush hour, I was in a traffic jam. While sitting at the red light, the light just turned green, and the car behind me immediately started honking her horn for me to drive. I put my foot on the gas and looked through my rear view mirror and saw this enraged Black woman cursing at me and waving her hands. The light literally just turned green and she started to get impatient real fast. I'm assuming she must have been in that jam for a longer stretch as I just turned into that jam from driving out of the Target parking lot. Not sure, but she must have already been pissed before I even drove into that mess. So I'm driving to the next traffic light and she immediately switched lanes to drive next to my car and talk her shit. So I stuck my middle finger at her and told her to kiss my ass. She didn't like that at all. So the witch decided to take out her mace and spray me. She missed me, but the liquid sprayed in my car, causing me to choke and have watery eyes. The light turned green, and she took a left hand turn on that street and got away. I drove home immediately to clean the mace from my hands, and it was such a mess to clean. At one point, it got to my left eye, and I lost vision for a few minutes. I was coughing and short of breath while driving home. I was so pissed. That night, I prayed my ancestors make sure she pay for what she did because she was completely wrong and out of line. I did manage to take my phone out and take her picture after she sprayed me, but couldn't get her plates, unfortunately. Feel free to share this photo with the rest of the exoticals. And then she actually has a photo of the mace dripping on her window. She says these angry Black women are menaces to society and no one is doing anything about it. I could have gone to the police station, but they wouldn't care either. Us exoticals really need to take care of ourselves because society shows us all the time they don't care. And like you say all the time, we cannot all be lying. Exactly. And I feel like this is a part of the reason that a lot of exoticals or quote unquote privileged women, I feel like this is why we have remained silent for so long because when it comes to angry Black women, if you give them the same energy that they're giving you, sometimes they have become violent with us. So let's say a woman's cussing you out and then you start cussing back at her. I've noticed that sometimes they've taken it to the next level because the anger level against you is just higher. And so, as a protection mechanism, I feel like a lot of us will just be silent or, we will pretend that we can relate to all of their experiences when we really can't. We will pretend to have the same struggles as them when we really don't. And this type of behavior right here is exactly why a lot of us never started our YouTube channels in the past. Like, this reminds me of even when I started this channel, did you know I actually received death threats from Black women? Like, I had Black women coming into my email threatening to unalive me. I've had Black women threatening legal action against me. I mean, I'm not scared, but it's like, this is the exact behavior I'm talking about. If you start giving the same energy that they give you, even to this day, I still don't even give unambiguous Black women the same anger that they give towards me because I really do feel like some women who have nothing to lose, they don't mind committing crimes against you. Women with this level of anger, it's very similar to the dusty Black men. I feel like the dusty Black women, they don't have a problem macing you or slashing your face or pulling your hair and stuff like that. And like she said, we can't all be lying. We can't all be making this up. We can't all just be racist and anti Black. especially because all of us come from Black people. We all come from Black women, right? So you can't try to tell us that we're all just being racist and just making this up. Why would we randomly make up stuff about the people group that we come from? That doesn't even make sense. But what do you ladies think? Have you ever had someone get violent with you, or maybe they look at you and they have more road rage than normal? Because I told you guys about how I've had my car keyed before, I've had my car tied up before. Both times it was actually by men. But I really do feel like people who are underprivileged, people who are, whether they're incels, whether they feel like they're at the bottom of society, whether they have low self esteem, I just feel like their anger level is just way more extreme. So they will start cussing you out sometimes. They'll get belligerent with you. And then if you clap back, even if you only clap back a little bit, they take it to the next level. Very similar to that video that I showed you guys with the girl going into the beauty supply, where, she was basically trying to tell them, like, don't touch me. And then they kept yelling at her to the point where she had to leave the store. That's an example of them taking it to the next level. But what do you ladies think? Let me know in the comment section and I'll talk to you next time. Stay pretty, ladies.